Imagine having unlimited access to everything that the world has to offer. Wisdom, wealth, pleasure, power, productivity. What would you do with it? Well, unlike us who have to speculate about these things, for Solomon it was an everyday reality. Solomon was a king with unparalleled wisdom and wealth. And from that elevated position, he embarks on an experiment, a personal journey to discover what gives life true meaning. First, Solomon periodically tests each of life's great pursuits: wisdom, laughter, alcohol, architecture, possessions, sexual pleasure, labor, and legacy. He withholds himself from nothing. Solomon doesn't just try a pleasure, he evaluates it, reflects on it, and measures its limits. Next, he turns to wisdom and knowledge. But he soon realizes that even wisdom cannot stop the inevitable tide of death. The wise and the fool share the same fate. And so Solomon says, "I hated life." There's a rawness to Solomon's words that's often missing from our own theological reflections. He's not being unspiritual, he's being honest. Finally, the preacher turns to work. Surely if he pours himself into building something lasting, then he will find satisfaction. But the legacy of toil soon fades as well. What he builds, he must leave behind, and who knows whether the one who comes after him will be wise or a fool. And yet, when it's all said and done, Solomon declares, "Then I considered all the things that my hands had done, and behold, all was vanity and a striving after the wind. And there was nothing to be gained under the sun." This is the testimony of a king who had everything. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world." Solomon would agree. So where does this lead us? In Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 24 to 26, Solomon reaches his first tentative conclusion. It's subtle, but it's profound. There is nothing better for a person that he should eat and drink and find enjoyment in his toil. This also I saw is from the hand of God. Did you notice what's changed? Not the activities themselves, but the source. Joy is not something that we can find by working harder. It is a gift from God. Walter Kaiser explains this shift well. Life, he says, in and of itself is unable to supply the key to the questions of identity, meaning, purpose, value, enjoyment, and destiny. Only in coming to know God can one begin to find the answer to these questions. Without God, every gift becomes an empty idol. But with God, every gift becomes a grace. When life is received as a gift from God's hand, only then can it be enjoyed as it was meant to be. Not as a substitute for God, but as an expression of His kindness. With these words, Solomon engages not only our minds, but also our hearts. Not with covenantal language, but with common experience. Whether you are religious or irreligious, rich or poor, young or old, you have all felt what Solomon felt. And that futility is not a flaw in your experience, it is a clue to your design. You were not made to be fulfilled by the things of this earth. You were made to be satisfied in the giver of those things. Solomon is stripping away our illusions, and he is inviting us to stop trusting in our pursuits. He is calling us to remember our Creator, not at the end of life, but now, while we still have breath.